welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today we are going to be looking at Holo Taco's newest release. This is Declassified 3. We're going to be looking at 4 prototypes that Holo Taco has launched recently. We've got a variety of finishes here, a gorgeous cream, a flaky shade with a jelly base, shifting shimmer with holographic flakes, as well as a holographic glitter polish. So in today's video, I'm going to live swatch these for you, show you what they look like as full hand swatches in a variety of lightings, and then at the end we'll finish up with final thoughts and favorites. All right, we have 5 beautiful polishes to look at today, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. All right, so we're going to start off with Well Wishes. This one was originally set to release in the Cottage Core collection. This is described as being a muted gray periwinkle cream. This one had a wonderful formula. It was so smooth and even, very opaque on that first coat, and reached full opacity for me in 2 coats. I swear, every time I get a Holo Taco cream, I'm prepared to be like let down because I know they're on the pricier side, but every time I try one, I'm only convinced to get more. I've got to get more Holo Taco creams because the formulas are seriously unmatched. This one was fully opaque in 2 coats. Here it is with a glossy top coat. In my opinion, the perfect shade for winter. It's still got that brightness and saturation, but it feels slightly dusty and muted, and it's just perfect for a chilly winter day. Next up, we have Waterworks. This one was originally set to release with a Holo Royalty Shimmering Secret set in 2024. It's described as being a turquoise blue holographic glitter formula in an aqua teal jelly base. So this one had a great formula. That base is just slightly tinted, and I feel like there are the perfect amount of glitters in here. So this had a beautiful formula. I would say between 2 or 3 coats depending on your application and nail length. Here on the second coat, you can see it starts to build up really well for me, but I would say if my nails were just a little bit longer, I would want that 3rd coat just to completely cover my nails in glitter. Because of the glitter, this does dry down texture, so I have it shown here in 2 coats with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Really beautiful polish. I didn't think I was going to love this one because this isn't a shade of blue I typically reach for, but the holographic glitter in here is really beautiful. I'm always so impressed with this formula from Holo Taco, especially when they have a tinted jelly base. I just feel like it fills in some of those gaps left by the glitter, so in most cases, you're good with 2 coats. Up next, we have Seek Kelp. This one was set to release in the Off the Deep End collection in 2025, and it is a deep teal jelly with multicolored iridescent flakes. This one also had a beautiful formula. It is jelly, so the base you would think would be a little sheer, but it's pretty saturated, so it built up well for me in a couple coats. From the saturation of that base paired with how many flakies are in here, it is pretty flaky packed. Longer nailings, maybe we'll want a 3rd, but I do think most people would be good in 2 coats for this shade. I love the variety of flakies in here as well. There are some teeny tiny ones as well as some larger sized flakies, and I feel like, I don't know, it was a really fun mix. So this is 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This one may benefit from a glitter smoother just to help plump it out, but yeah, it was a really fun shade. Up next is Cool Ranch. I love that name. This one was originally a prototype for the Holo Royalty Disco Cowboy collection in 2025, and it has a mauve brown jelly base with iridescent cyan blue micro shimmer. So this one had a great formula. It was maybe the sheerest out of this release. I, on my full hand swatch, ended up doing 3 coats because I had a little bit of patchiness in 2, but for my application video, I did have full opacity in 2 coats. So I would say 2 to 3 coats depending on your application and nail length. This one has some really beautiful little sparkly holographic flakes. I love those in here. They weren't listed on the description, but I feel like that just adds to this polish. I loved the blue shimmer in here. It didn't pop as much on the nail as it seemed to in the bottle, but it was really pretty regardless. And then this 5th shade is not part of the Declassified set, but it recently released. It is the Holo Magnetic Taco, and it is a silver holographic magnetic nail polish topper. So I'm showing it swatched here over black. Wow. I am gonna go ahead and say I loved this one. Anyway, even unmagnetized, I thought it was beautiful. It just has this like scattered silver holographic look. And here with the bar magnet, it doesn't look super impressive because it started drying down, and I don't have it shown here with the glossy top coat. But once you see it on the full hand swatch with the glossy top coat, yeah, that is a beautiful topper. Once you add that glossy top coat and that dries down, it just exaggerates the holographic. You get a lot of silver punch from this topper as well. And then on my thumb, this is what it looks like unmagnetized. Stunning, right? It's over Well Wishes, by the way. So pointer and pinky are with a bar magnet, middle and ring finger are with a horseshoe magnet for the velvet effect. You can't go wrong, but I loved this. With the velvet effect, I think I'm going to add this one to my winter rack because I need to wear it again this year, or I guess next year, this winter season. So that's what's new from Holo Taco. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. The formulas for these were all fantastic. I was super pleased when working with them. I thought they swatched beautifully, and I loved that so many of them were 2-coaters. As far as my favorites go, I was a little bit surprised. I thought for sure, based on just initial impressions in the bottle, that Cool Ranch would absolutely be my top pick because the shade is just so unique. The like brownie mauve base, the gorgeous blue shimmer. But honestly, this one wowed me a little bit more in the bottle than it did on my nails. I just feel like these square bottles sometimes can really exaggerate how poppin' the shimmer is, and it didn't pop quite as much on me. I also feel like the base color of this one's gonna play up against your skin tone. Where I have a medium skin tone and it leans warm, I did feel like this pulled a little bit more brown on me than mauve, and that wasn't quite what I was looking for. So my actual favorites were Well Wishes, the cream, which I did not expect. I just thought this wasn't gonna be the most flattering shade of blue on me, but it was so perfect for winter time. And once I applied it and saw how good the formula was, I was sold. And then I was also very pleasantly surprised with Holo Magnetic Taco. I've tried a few holographic magnetic toppers before. They've all been nice, but this one was gorgeous. Like even unmagnetized, that like pop of silver you got and then the subtle holo on the sides, it was beautiful any way you wore it. So I will link the Holo Taco site and social media down in the description box so you can shop. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!